welcome back. On my last video, I made this Cassidy peplum with this Let's Go Ghouls panel that I thought was adorable. So today I want to make some cute bell bottoms to go with this to complete the outfit. But I only have this much left of the striped fabric. I only originally had a half of a yard. So we're going to definitely have to do some brainstorming. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pattern put up on the projector and see what we can do. Here's our pattern. It's the Baby Bitty Bells by Petite Stitchery. And they have a number of options. They have a boot cut, a slim flare, or a wide flare. You can do a knit waistband or an elastic waistband. And then you can also do shorts or a jumper. So I'm going to be making the wide flare pant with the knit waistband. If you want to see me sew it up, stick around. Alright, so here we are at the projector, and I'm realizing that I have much less fabric than I thought. So I had a couple ideas. I thought, well, maybe if I just do the bell part in the stripes, but that's clearly not going to work. And I don't just want to use this mauve. I really want to incorporate this stripe somewhere. So I think what I might do is, I think I'm going to just steal some of the stripes that I bought for my son. I'm probably only going to use this for sleeves for his shirt, so not ideal, but we'll make it work. And even though they're different, I bet no one will even notice. So I think what I'm going to do, just to make these a little bit more fun, is I'm going to do one leg in the stripe and then one leg in the mauve. And I think that will turn out adorable. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cut out, and then we'll start sewing. All right, so we have all our pieces here. We have our fronts, our two back pieces, and our waistband. Keep in mind I am making one leg striped and one leg in the mauve. So you need one front of the striped and one front of the mauve, and then the same with the back. So just be careful when you're cutting if you're going to do two different legs like me. The other thing I like to do is when I'm making pants or shorts or any bottoms, I like to mark the back. Sometimes it's easy to tell which pieces are the back, sometimes it's not. So I just always mark it. And then again, this is a water erasable pen. So the first time I wash it, or if I just want to spray some water on there to get rid of that, that will disappear. I went ahead and pressed these all flat, and I pressed my waistband in half. And I also pressed a memory hem into my pants. I wasn't going to hem them, but this mauve color, it's a cotton lycra, but it's a lightweight. I think it's like a 10 ounce. So it does kind of tend to curl on the bottom. So I am going to hem, even though I didn't hem the shirt, but whatever. Okay, so first step is to get our front pieces and place them right sides together along the crotch curve. So right here, we're going to pin and we're going to sew. And our seam allowance for this pattern is 3/8. I'm going to use my serger. This is a super quick and easy pattern, so should be a pretty short video today. And then we're going to do the same with our back pieces. So again, right sides together, lining up that crotch curve, pin, and then sew with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. So we have this all pinned, and notice I have this extra at the top, so I must have cut this piece on the wrong cut line. There are two cut lines. One is for a knit waistband and one is for an elastic waistband. So I'm guessing I just cut the wrong cut line here. I'm hoping that's what I did. I'm just gonna cut it off. This is why I always like to say I'm not perfect. I make mistakes and I do things my way. So you might be cringing that I just cut that off, but guess what? It's gonna work. So cut that off. Now we have it even. And then again, we're gonna sew along both of these crotch curves at 3/8 inch seam allowance. Okay. I have these crotch curves sewn. Next step is to open them up and then place the fronts and backs right sides together. And to sew along the side seams. Ah, see what I did there? That's not what I wanted to have happen. I wanted the stripes on the same leg. So, okay, what did I do wrong? I guess I should have cut the stripes right side up. Okay, so when I cut my stripes, I cut both the front and the back pieces wrong side up just because the white is easier to see the projected image on. I should have cut the back piece right side up and then it would have been opposite. So, oh well, we're gonna go with it. I don't want to redo this and use up some more fabric, so it's fine. It'll still be adorable. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to pin along both side seams and then sew those up with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Okay, so here we have them all pinned together. I'm going to take them over to the machine, stitch them up. Okay, we have our side seams sewn. Next step is to pin and sew this crotch curve. And when I pin it or clip it together, I like to start with each end. And then I like to pin the middle where the seam is and line those up. And then finish pinning the legs. What are you all sewing for Halloween this year? I have some plans, but who knows if I'll get to everything. I also am unsure if I'm going to make my kids' Halloween costumes. My son wants to be a ghost, so that's like super easy, but at the same time it's like, okay, what do I do? Just put a sheet over his head? I really don't know. I was thinking about making my daughter a ghost also, so they can match, and I already have an idea of what I would do for that, but I really don't know how to do like a boy's ghost costume, so we'll see. Okay, so it's all pinned. Just gonna go ahead and sew that up really quick. Okay, we are literally almost done already. If you are just starting out with sewing, this is a great pattern to start with if you want to sew children's items. Super quick, super easy. So, and it doesn't require a lot of fabric either. All right, so we got our crotch curve sewn. Next is to do our waistband. So I already pressed it in half with the memory crease. What we're going to do is we're going to match up the short ends, right sides together. And we're going to go ahead and sew along that short edge with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. And then we're going to come back and quarter it. And let's go ahead and just quarter our pants right now. They actually pretty much are quartered because of the way they were sewn together. We have front and back, that's 1, 2, and then our side seams are 3 and 4. So we don't really have to mark anything. So let's go ahead and sew up our waistband and then come back and quarter this. Okay, we have it sewn up. So we're going to turn it right sides out and flip it, or fold it rather, in half at that crease. This is why it's so helpful to have that memory crease. It stays a lot nicer. And then we're going to quarter it. So our back seam is our first point. Then you would fold it in half at that seam to find our second point. Mark that with a clip. Just make sure your raw edges are even. Then match those two clips or pins to get your other 2 points. Again, make sure your raw edges are even. Okay, next we're going to slide this down over our pants. Now you could do it 2 ways. Since my pants are wrong sides out, you could slide the waistband in and match it up. I like to do it with the pants right sides out. It's really the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. I guess I'm just weird. And you also want to make sure that the back of your pants, that's where you put your seam, your back seam, or some people like to match it up to one of the side seams. I always do the center back, but that's your preference. So you're going to slide the waistband onto the pants so that the right sides are together. And then match up your quarter points and clip. If I can get a hold of this. Okay, sew that on with 3/8 inch seam allowance. When you're sewing, you're going to gently stretch this waistband part just so that it's even with the pants here. Do not stretch the pants, just stretch the waistband, just very gently. And go ahead and sew that on. Okay, here we are. How adorable. I love them. Even with the mistake I made, I still think that they're adorable. Okay, so last step is to hem, and if you made a memory hem like me, it's going to be super easy. I'm going to cut off my serger tails just so they don't get in the way. And then you literally just fold it in and hem. The hem is quite a large hem in my opinion. It's 3/4 of an inch. You could obviously do, less or more if you wanted. But I think this will be good because I don't think my daughter is especially tall, so the 3/4 of an inch is fine for me. But as I'm looking at these though, like as I lay these out on the table, they're getting so big. Like, when I used to sew for her, I would be able to display her whole outfit in this little section, and it makes me kind of sad how fast time is going by, that she's growing so fast. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hem these with my cover stitch, and then I'll be back to show you how they look. All right, that's it for these. I love how they turned out. So, so cute. If we pair them with the shirt, that's just going to be an adorable outfit. So I'm going to finish up my threads. To do that, all I do is cut them off and use a little bit of fray check. I'm going to probably put some water on these marks so that they erase. And then I'll be finished. I want to show you all, though, all of this other fabric I have. Like, it's literally just been sitting here because I want to sew it up and I don't want to forget I have it, but yet I don't necessarily know what I'm going to do with it. I have a couple panels here. Hello Fall. I was going to use this for myself, but it's just too small. I need some kind of color blocked shirt. I was going to do the Discover Tee. I think it's Discover or Discovery Tee by Ellie and Mac, but it was still too small for that. So I don't know. I need to find something to use it for, or else I might have to save it for next year. Then Cutest Pumpkin in the patch with the coordinating, or I should say the matching yardage here. Then we have these jack-o'-lanterns, this cute ghost print, which I thought was adorable. And then I have the plaid in an orange too. I wanted to make myself something with this because I made, actually, let me grab it. Well, never mind, it's not down here. I made my daughter an adorable Napa with it. By Little Lizard King. I embroidered a little pumpkin on it. It just turned out so, so, so cute. And then I made these pants for my son. These are the ice cream pants by Brindle and Twig, I believe. And then I made a shirt with him with the other panel that set came from it. I think it has like a truck on it with pumpkins. So made a set for him, a set for her, and then I wanted to make myself something with the plaid as well, but we'll see if I get around to it. But I don't have really too many other ideas for all this stuff, so if you all have suggestions, definitely let me know. I don't know if I'll even get to all of this. I still have fall fabric from last year, and Halloween fabric too, actually, from last year that I have yet to sew up. If you are interested in any of these, though, I got all of these from knitfabric.com. Not this yellow, I'm not sure if you could see that or not. But all of these prints from knitfabric.com, super great quality. These are all cotton lycra. I can't promise they'll be in stock now. I ordered these, I don't know, a few weeks back, I guess. But go check them out. And I believe there also is a code for maybe 10% off if you're a first-time buyer from that website. So definitely worth checking out. So yeah, let me know what else you'd like to see me sew up. And thank you so much for watching.